All right, guys, got my boy Sai with me as always, and we're going to be blitzing through a bunch of One Piece theories. They're really interesting. We're not going to spend too much time on them. You know, these are just theories that don't necessarily need a full video dedicated to them, but I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun with these because they are, like I said, really interesting. So the first one, Gunkko is a revolutionary spy. What do you think about that?
I've seen this theory floating around. I'm not the biggest fan of it yet. The only real correlation is that Gunkko has the glasses and goggles, just like the revolutionaries, and I can see that. I do. And the fact that she doesn't have a saint title, but I think that the God Knights already know she's not exactly a saint. It's not like we learned that in private. That was like a public thing. So I don't think she's a spy right now. I think she's just a special case like Loki and how they offered him the Celestial Dragon position. But that's my thoughts. What about you?
I mean, that's pretty much it. She does have the same aesthetic as the other Revolutionary Army members. The hat, goggles, face is covered. Only goes by one name, not a saint. How does Dragon know about the Holy Knights? That's possibly how it is, or he just knows. There always has to be some character that knows. Also, Ivankov may have known about the Holy Knights from back in God Valley because Garling was there. That could be it. I would say it's possible. I'm not completely writing it off, but that'll go into our next theory here about Gunkko, and it's that Gunkko, let's just say she was a Revolutionary Army member, got taken by the world government and was brainwashed, but they have like split personalities. And this could go into the two eyes that Gunkko has. One eye being like the true Gunkko and the one eye being the Holy Knight Gunkko. And maybe it has something to do with Imu controlling her. Because the one eye kind of resembles, again, let me point out, this is coming from Luna PN Art. He gave me this theory, the idea for this theory to go over it. Really great channel. The one eye kind of resembles when the Gorosei transform into their Zoan forms. They get like those white eyes with the black iris sclera, whatever. That could be how Imu sees, possibly through her. And also how Gunkko has that arrow fruit. Because we saw the arrow come from Imu to stab Cobra back in the Reverie. And either that's just like Imu's tail or something, but it's very similar. It's also small. Imu's freaking huge when she transforms. That could be it, like giving the power, also using it at the same time.
Yeah, no. I don't mind Gunkko having that split personality. I don't think that's a horrible theory. I think it was just like, if that is the case, that would be a hell of a thing to have in your ranks. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to trust Gunkko if I was like one of the God Knights. Like every time I go somewhere with Gunkko, I'd be like looking over my shoulder, like, wait, are they switching? Are they still good?
Hey, exactly.
But yeah, overall, like, if I had to give this theory a percentage, I'd say I believe it 20% of the way. I think we need more information. I mean, we need more time with Gunkko and Dragon. I don't think it's there yet. It's still like a new theory. I would say it's still in infancy. There we go.
Yeah, for sure. The story is developing. It's a developing story, but I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. We'll stick with the Holy Knights for a little bit. Shamrock is Bonnie's father.
I actually like this one, and this one has a little bit more weight to it too. We know that Bonnie's dad is a Celestial Dragon. They're probably going to be a prominent one because, of course, that was introduced last arc. So I feel like it's going to carry on. And then, of course, we have that SBS, which I know SBS information isn't always the best to go off of, but Bonnie kind of did look like a Shanks when Oda gender bent Bonnie. And we do know that Oda likes hiding things like that in SBS, like Zoro Swordsmith. He was first introduced in an SBS. Female Law first introduced in SBS. Kid Warlords, which are the Seraphim SBS. So if this was a hint that Bonnie's dad is Shamrock, I'm down with it. I think that'd be fun. And I would love to see Shamrock running into Bonnie too. I would love that I'm your father meme just coming out of this. What about you?
I would like it, but that's pretty much it. It's just that when Oda drew what Bonnie would look like as a male, she kind of resembled Shanks.
Yeah, that's just how it is. It's right there.
Because that has to be revealed eventually, like who is Bonnie's father, right? Unless it's not, but I think it has to have some kind of... Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people in the Holy Land when you really think about it. What, like 19 families? Yeah, they have offspring, but like, I'm sure we're going to meet the families, and then when we meet all 19 families, one of them is just going to be Bonnie's dad, so why not Shamrock? Why not, if not Shamrock, another God Knight? I think that'd be pretty fitting.
And
especially since he's like a prominent character too.
she's prominent and she was experimented on by Saturn. So it's like, why? And the time lines up, right? What is Bonnie, 12? Shamrock's probably the same age as Shanks. He's like 39, 40 or something like that. So yeah, makes sense to me. All right, here's a really wild one. Killer is a part of the Third Eye tribe, and he can or will read the poneglyphs.
My thoughts are that this is a good theory. I really enjoy this. There's not a lot to go off of. I mean, that's the thing with theories, right? There's not all. It's always like in the realm of like mystery. But for Killer, Oda has been hiding this guy's damn forehead. I don't know why. Like, even when he was Kamazo in Wano, hiding the forehead over and over, wrapping it with bandages. He puts on the mask as soon as he can. Like, we don't know what his face, like, truly looks like. Maybe it's one of those tropes where, like, you break up the mask and he's handsome. I don't think that's it. I think he will have a third eye. I think he's maybe hiding his existence. Kind of like King, right? King the Wildfire is over here wearing a gimp suit, and that's because he's a Lunarian. I think Killer's hiding his face and his eye because he doesn't want to be hunted by the government. And also, this explains how Kid would have gotten to the One Piece, right? Like,
exactly.
It's the question with Law. Like, Law has the poneglyphs, but how the hell is he going to read them? No clue. But for Kid, this would be an actual explanation. Like, Killer would be like his Robin, which I think just fits. It's perfect. And if Killer is not, then, you know, it begs the question of, like, how was Kid planning on reading this in the first place?
Yeah, that sums it up. Pretty much. His forehead's covered. How else would they read the poneglyphs? Killer has to have some kind of more significance to him. Yeah, makes sense to me, but I guess we'll see. Kong of the Marines. Is he I guess he's like a world government guy now. He was.
His office is in Marie Joie, like in the Red Line, but Kong is still considered a Marine.
Yeah, what is his title? Commander-in-Chief?
Yeah, Commander-in-Chief or Supreme Commander, something absolutely ridiculous. Something that puts him over Akainu. Kong is that guy. Yeah, how strong is he? I'm gonna be honest, dude. I don't even know if Oda remembers that he's here. I mean, we last saw him... Well, okay, he knows that he's here, because we saw him during the God Valley flashback. We saw him once outside of that, after Marineford. Like, he just feels like this side character in a way. Like, will he be important, will he not? I'm not too sure, but... In terms of just pure strength, I feel like based on his position, he has to be strong. Like, if he were to fight somebody, I am expecting base conquers hockey. Like, he's got to have, like, something ridiculous under his belt. Like, he's even named after King Kong, right? Like, he's got to be up there. But for me, it's just a struggle because it's like, we don't see him. You know, he's not like Mihawk, where, like, we hear these stories about Mihawk, or... You know, he shows up every now and then on the side aura farming. Like, Kong just... he's like a special appearance. Like a damn solar eclipse.
Yeah. Is there some kind of supplementary piece of info that said that he was the former fleet admiral? Or is that just...
I think we just assume it.
Okay.
Like it's the natural progression.
Yeah. So, I don't want to say he's as strong as Garp, because Garp is the hero of the Marines and Kong isn't. But he's got to be up there, I guess.
Oh, apparently there is supplementary material that says he was Fleet Admiral. So he did have Akainu and Sengoku's position at one point.
Okay, well that's it. He is as strong as a Fleet Admiral is.
I guess he's that guy. Will we see him ever? I hope so.
I have a feeling that once the big final war at Marie Joie happens, if it does, he might be used to like show how strong another character is. Like, he, like, steps up, and it's like, oh my god, that's Kong, and then he gets beat.
Oh,
it's
like Squad Zero and Bleach or something?
Yeah, he's the Ichibei of One Piece.
Oh, no. Yeah, like actually, back in my day, I beat Roger 10 times, and
yeah.
This guy gets beaten, like, in one hit or something. Something silly. Yeah. Don't know about Kong.
The Beast Pirates. They're not in prison, right? I mean, I don't know what's going on with King and Queen, but like the Flying Six are still just in Wano. Like, we see them in Yamato's cover story right now.
Yeah, it does beg the question, like, what happened after Onigashima? Did they like get up and escape while everybody was partying and having fun, or did we just let them go? It's like one of those things that I describe as anime magic, where we just kind of accept it. Like, oh yeah, we beat them. We beat these dangerous criminals who enslaved us for 20 years. All right, let's go party. Let's just leave them alone.
Yeah.
Because, like, during the party, King and Queen were in the prison with Babanuki, but they weren't chained up. Like, we saw the fight between Green Bull and them, And it's like why aren't they in chains? Why aren't they in prison? Sea Stone or something? Yeah, it's just silly. I think Anime Magic just played a role here. We just accept it. And I do think the rest of the Flying Six will come back later in the Yamato cover page story. I mean, we already got 3 of them, right? We're just missing 2 minus Drake.
Is Yamato going to recruit the Flying Six to become her scabbards? Because isn't her story supposed to be paralleling to Odin's kind of?
Yeah, and I think she will. Because in Odin's story, he gathered up a bunch of criminals who weren't good guys in the beginning. He beat them up, and then they joined him. And then after they joined him, that's when Odin left and joined Whitebeard and Roger's crew. So if Yamato's journey is paralleling that, Flying Six are going to be your scabbards. They'll turn into good people, well, quote, good people. And then Yamato will join a pirate crew that is aside from them. But, it kind of begs the question of, how much does Oda want to parallel Odin's journey? But, I mean, Yamato herself wants to parallel it, so I think it's in the cards.
Yeah, I guess instead of Whitebeard and Roger, it'll just be Luffy.
I feel like, you can't really say Yamato's going to join the Straw Hats in 2025 without being laughed at, but I feel like it could happen. That is Odin's journey in a way, joining the Pirate King at the last second.
Yeah.
So
not 2025, but 2027, 2028, we'll see. Yeah. And then as for King, I think King is going to become a good guy because he's the last Lunarian, and the Lunarians were
Joy Boy Cleaver.
We saw them helping Joy Boy in the fight against Emu on the mural. And then Queen joins Neomads, I guess.
And does semi-bad stuff, yeah. He only kills people once a month, so he tones it down a little bit. I could see that. And
for our last one, I hope you have something for this because I don't know too much, but it seems to be pretty popular. Buggy is Rox's son.
So I'm afraid to disappoint you, Zhoniin, but I have no real opinions on this theory. I think it's fun, right? We go to God Valley, Roger goes in, he fights Rox, he fights Garling, and then he walks away with both of their kids. That is just absurd.
Yeah.
If that is what happened, then that is absurd. As far as Buggy being Rox's son, I feel like it's either going to be that or Buggy being the child of the Celestial Dragon. I think that could be another plausible route, just because we saw in the Joy Boy flashback silhouette we got during Vegapunk's speech, I think one of the 20 kings and queens had a clown nose or some weird bulbous object on their face. Maybe that's Buggy's great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. But, I mean, aside from that, I think Rox isn't that bad. People are saying that Buggy's journey is kind of like Rox's journey, where Rox has a crew of people who just don't get along, people who are just filled with ego, and that's what Buggy has, right? He has, Crocodile, Mihawk, and people are expecting him to get more people, he's going to get Doflamingo, he's going to get Weevil, he's going to get all these warlords under his belt, and that's going to be the new version of Rox's crew. And then Shanks, of course, is the current day version of Roger in a way, if you don't see Luffy as that. But yeah, I don't think it's bad. I just don't there's no solid evidence minus that's really cool, right?
Pretty much.
There's nothing to tie him yet, but yeah, it's just this is a really cool theory, and I agree. I think this is fun.
And I think we talked about this before too, how Luffy being a D or whatever, he can has a cult of personality, how he makes people gravitate towards him, whatever Mihawk was thinking to himself during the Marineford. Buggy, I mean, I do think at the minimum, Buggy is going to be a D or a Celestial Dragon. I think it's more likely than not. I think it's more likely that he's going to be that than just some random dude. And as for his nose, I forget the cover, the chapter of the cover page, and I don't even know if it was necessarily canon. I think it was a request that Oda had or something, but it's we see a monkey taking his nose, right? His clown nose. So does that mean he's wearing the nose because he doesn't want his face to be seen, because he'll be oh, you look like that person, you look like Rox, or you look like this Celestial Dragon or something?
Oh, so the nose is actually real. It is genuinely attached to his body. That is his nose. But Oda's explanation as to why it detaches and why that's a thing is because the chop fruit allows him to detach his body parts.
So the monkey's
but the nose
just
is actually how he smells.
Oh, okay.
So he is like this weird. He could be like a different race for all we know. I mean, Oda could easily just say like this is a race of people, just clown people, which I think would scare like a good 20% of the population out there. But I mean, clowns I think are really freaking sexy. So female clowns. So
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. Not men.
Yeah. But,
All right.
You know, like if Buggy had like a sister, my God, call her. I don't know, dude. Call her something.
Call her daddy.
There we go. Trademark.
That's I guess that's it. Let me know in the comments if you think Buggy is Rox's son. I'm sure there's tons of videos out there going like 30 minutes into why he is Rox's son, but this isn't it. These are quick theories. And once again, I'll have Sai's channel in the description. Subscribe to him, like his videos. And if you like this one, like this too. Have a great day, guys. See you in the next one.
Peace out, guys. Thank you.